Hello viewers, I'm here with yet another PowerPack video on PTE reading, read and write, fill in the blanks. Let's see what do we have here. On the read and write, fill in the blanks, you may get collocation, contextual or grammar related fill in the blanks. Let us look at what is collocation. Collocation is nothing else but a phrasal verb connecting with another phrasal verb. Considerations of a practical nature gives us the most dash possible grounds for a belief that human desires, feelings, etc. are homogeneous and communicable. So we are talking about reliable, rebuke, register, represent. So the best suited collocation here would be most reliable because rebuke means disapproval. Registrar is a person who registers marriages or houses. Representing a team is something different. So most reliable possible grounds for a belief that human desires is the best collocation here. The fact is that we all have back of us many millions of years of evolutionary history in the same general environment. In the past, with relatively minor veterinarian variations, virtually village, the same influences have played upon our ancestors from the beginnings of life on our planet. So the best collocation here would be variation, minor variations is what we are thinking about because veterinarian is an animal doctor and virtually online doesn't fit in the bill and village doesn't fit in as well. So minor variations is the right collocation. And then we are born into the same society and it has given us not to be sure the power of reaction, recognize, reach, and radicals. So I see power of reaction should be the right collocation because recognize doesn't fit in the bill because we are not recognizing something here with the power of recognizing or power of reaching or radicals. It can be good or bad radicals. We're not talking about that. But we are talking about the society we are born in and we have some kind of most essential stimuli. So the power of reaction is the right collocation here. All right, further, we do get along in society. We laugh together and we play together. We share each other's sorrows. We love and hate each other in a way that would be wholly impossible, if we did not in practice the adventurous, assume, acceptance, acronym. So we have four options here. So adventurous, we are not talking about something adventurous. We are talking about laughter and the society and the sorrow. We are talking about the inferences about one another's motives and desire. So it should be in practice, assume the correctness because acceptance, we are not talking about acceptance because acronym talks about something IT, information technology. So we're not talking about acronym. So here the correct collocation would be in practice, assume the correctness of our inferences about one another's motives and desire. And the fact is that these inferences are correct is the one thing that makes social life possible. We can do understand one another's motives, desires, wants, and emotions. We can and do dash capital ceremony consistently cheese. So I don't see any collocation on do capital, do ceremony, do cheese, because you have to consistently communicate is the right collocation, our feelings to one another. All right, let's look at the contextual kind of fill in the blanks. Modern technology has enhanced the study of language by making its sounds observable in greater detail and with greater accuracy than ever before, but the thoughts associated with those sounds remain problematic. Currently developing dash processes, techniques, modes, research of brain. So contextually, when we are talking about brain, it should be processes of brain because techniques won't fit in the bill. Modes, research, none of these fit in the bill. Processes of brain imaging are allowing us to observe because currently developing of dash of brain imaging are allowing us to observe for the first time which parts of the brain are active in different circumstances. We are talking of different circumstances and parts of the brain. So that should be processes, not techniques, modes, or research. So the correct collocation here would be developing processes of brain. So they do not, however, show experiences themselves, which may always remain. Hidden should be the correct collocation because hiding is in the present, hide, and even hideous doesn't make any sense at all in this fill in the blanks from public observation. So hidden should be the right collocation because we are talking about the past. All right, then there is a sense in which each of us knows what we are thinking. Besides, so therefore, although, so here, besides could be the one collocation I'm thinking of, although cannot also fit in the bill. So and therefore is ruled out because we are talking about there is a sense in which each of us know what we are thinking. Each of us means there are more than one thing. So it could be besides or although. So I think although could be the correct collocation because we are talking about, although we may not always, it is talking about a new sentence here. So besides cannot be the correct collocation. Although we may not always have a good way of verbalizing it, but the only way so the but is correlating with the although by completing the sentence. So, but the only way we can know what someone else is thinking is through what that person says or through some other overt action, a facial expression of gesture, perhaps from which the person's thoughts may be inferred or from imaging what we ourselves would be thinking of, on, in, about similar circumstances. So out of the four options of, on, in, I think off and about could be the right collocation, but then off is somewhat informal. About similar circumstances is formal because in and on is ruled out because in and on is talking about prepositions in time. Okay, let us look at the grammar, fill in the blanks. Okay, this fill in the blanks deals with grammar. Early humans were hunter-gatherers roaming from place to place, but their movements were controlled by the need for water. When humans dash to grow food, so it talks about something in the past. So start and have started, starting is all in the present tense. So started could be the right answer, right collocation here. So when humans started to grow food and establish permanent settlements, water was needed for crops and animals as well as for people because so thus thereby, so because so thus thereby are the collocation here. So I think here the best option would be, so we are talking about people settle in the past wherever the water bodies were. So thus settlements have always grown up near reliable sources of water is the right collocation. Okay, most major towns lie on the banks of river or where there are no streams or rivers. Settlements exist where underground water can be reached by digging wells. The management of water resources has a meticulous study, moderate change, brief existence, long history. So we are talking about in the past, the management of water resources. So it can be only long history here because this is actually not the entirety of the grammar. This is also with contextual. So we have to be careful with the contextual fill in the blanks as well, believe me. The oldest known dam in the world was constructed in Egypt about 5,000 years ago and was used for storing drinking and irrigation water. Farmers in Arabia at this time used craters of extinct volcanoes as storage tanks for irrigation water and dug deep wells for their drinking water. Excavated ruins in India of similar antiquity retain the remains of water supply and drainage systems as which, whatever included baths and swimming pools. So we are talking about here the two things. Excavated ruins in India of similar antiquity retain the remains of water supply and drainage systems. So they are talking about two things. Whenever you talk about two things, it cannot be as what or whatever. It can be only which included baths and swimming pools. So viewers, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and smash the like button. Also comment below. This way I'll be able to come up with more such videos in the future for you. See you on the other side. Thanks for watching.